Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to the course on cryptography and system security. So before the term test, we have started with the unit number 5, and then few topics which are pending under that module, and we'll quickly cover all the modules or all the topic which are pending within this week, so that by end of this week, and I'll try to cover all the topics which are given in the prescribed syllabus. Before that, just give me a second. Once again, please make sure that whether my presentation screen is visible. Okay, thank you. So again, good morning, all of you. Welcome back to the course on cryptography and system security. Right, we had started discussing about the firewalls. Right, when we talk about the firewalls, right, so this is going to be placed at the perimeter of your internal network. Say, for example, suppose this is your internal network where you have a number of computers, in which you wanted to protect all these computers from the external network. In that cases, right, you will place a firewall over the perimeter of your internal network, right? Now, so this is going to act as a security point. Right, now the firewall, right, which is created for the purpose of providing security to your PC based on the information which we received from the external user or external network. Suppose this is the external network, or maybe from the internal. If any packet which comes to this internal network, all the packets or all the activities or all the information which flows in and out to the network, right, that will be completely monitored as well as examined by the firewall, right? And based on the certain rules and regulations which we write on the firewall, right, certain decision will be made, right? So for example, right, so now this firewall is kept here, which is similar how we are placing a security in our society. So where this will be a single entry exit point, so here we can place a security in our living premises, right? The security will check each and every person who is coming inside, right, by means of whether he's a visitor, whether if he's a resident, and by showing the ID, and he will be allowed, right? Suppose he is a visitor, and visitor information will be noted in the visitor register, right, by collecting their name, address, mobile number, from where they are visiting, as well as to whom they are going to visit. All those information will be collected, and that will be recorded in the visitor registry by the security profession. Similarly, right, so here in this network, if any information which comes, right, the firewall will be placed at the perimeter, right? So this will be a single choke entry point. All the information or all the packet which flows towards your network as well as outside your network, that will be examined by this the firewall, right? So after successful examination, if the packets are allowed, right, based on the rules written in the firewall, if the packets are coming from the registered users, only those packets will be allowed to enter into this network, right? So out of that, so this is what the basic concept of firewall, right? So when we talk about the firewall, there are different types of firewall which we started, right? Out of that, we discussed about the packet filtering firewalls. When we talk about the packet filtering firewalls, right, information which are going to be transmitted in the form of packets, right? So when it comes for the IP security or IP layer, the information which will have in the form of packets, the packet will have three basic information. The middle one is the payload or actual data which it has, and apart from that, so here in the left side you'll have a source address. You know about what is source address. Source address is the address from where the packet is coming, and the last one or the right one is the destination address. Destination address is something that to whom the packet has to be delivered, right? Say for example, if this is 192.168.2.100, right, it will check that. Suppose here if you have 192.168.2.100, right? So here the firewall will check that whether the packet, incoming packet, whether as this corresponding destination IP address. If the IP address is not there, right, and this packet will be discarded here itself. Otherwise, it will check the source address. The second checking process is that it will check for the source address, right? If the source address is registered in the firewall, right, only this packet will be allowed to enter into this network, right? Basically, the packet filtering firewalls are the firewalls which will examine the packet details, right? But this will not check the data what is transmitted. This will not check the payload. Is it clear? The packet filtering firewalls will check the source address and then destination IP address. So here the address refers to that IP address. It checks the source IP address and then destination IP address. If the packet consists of the valid addresses, the source as well as destination valid address, then only the packet will be allowed to enter into this network, right? So this is what the logic or concept behind the packet filtering firewall, right? And based on the rules which we written, right, whether this can be allowed to enter, see, which is permitted is prohibited, or the prohibited is permitted, right? So again, so this is whether the permitted or the allowed packet is restricted, or the restricted or blocked packets are permitted, right? So when we talk about the firewall has a certain disadvantages, right? When we talk about those disadvantages, right, so first of all, so this will not check the contents or the information which is present in the data or payload, right? Along with that, so this will not give the protection from the virus or malwares. It will check only whether the information is coming from the registered source, or whether it is to be delivered to the destination which is present in the network. Again, so this will not provide any protection from the internal attackers or the malicious activities which are carried out by the internal user. Suppose if any user within this network and who's doing illegal activity, so that cannot be protected. Apart from that, if any data which bypasses the network, right, say for example, right, if the packet is diverted, right, which is bypassed, right, through the different path through which if the packet is delivered by bypassing the firewall, again, so that cannot be examined, right? So these are the some of the things which I already discussed, right? Suppose if we wanted to give the allow actions or allow permission, right, based on the port number, we can give the specifications, or we can allow the specific services based on the port, or we can allow all the access, or we can block all the access, right, based on the this parameters, right? Source as well as port, and then destination, and then destination port, right? So here this is, so this allow action, right, which will be carried out from all the hosts are only from the specific host, right? So if any request or any information which comes through the port number 25, right, all the packets which are allowed to enter into this network, right? Similarly, so user can customize what type of services which can be allowed through the firewall, right? So I was explaining about these some of the disadvantages or some of the restrictions with the packet filtering firewall, right? If suppose someone is doing the IP spoofing, right? So in that cases, what the attacker will do, he will masquerade or he will fabricate the IP address, right? So the IP address is the fake IP address, but it looks like the actual IP address, right? So only the source address he will do that, right? And the firewall will check whether the IP address is the same, right? And it will not examine that whether this IP address is the fake IP address or some attacker has spoofed the IP address, right? Similarly, right? So this cannot be identified whether the packet is coming from the fake user or maybe the authorized users, right? It will check only the address, right? Again, the second one is that source routing attacks, right? Again, attacker set a route other than the default, right? Or he can block source routed packets, right? So here this is again bypassing, as I mentioned, right? So attacker can use this filter bypass or any tools, right? With the help of the third party tools, he can bypass the tools or he can bypass the packet, so which will not goes through the actual firewalls. And the third one is that a tiny fragment attacks, right? What is mean by this tiny fragment attack? So here all the packet which we are going to transfer, say for example the attacker wanted to launch a virus or malwares on the target machine, what he will do is that he will split the entire code into the different packets, right? And he will send all those packets, right? So all those packets which are the contents are not going to be examined, and all those information which are going to be delivered to the destination machine, after that all the code or all the packet which will be reassembled, and attacker he will have the complete code of the malware, right? And based on that he can just attack the machine, right? To avoid this, right, we can go with the stateful firewall, right? That is the advanced level of packet filtering firewall, right? That I will explain the next slide also, right? Where it will check the information what is written or what is transferred in the payload field, right? And if it has some any malware footprints, right, and that can be blocked. So to overcome the last one, right, the fragmentation problem, right, or tiny fragmentation problem can be overcome by implementing a stateful packet filter, right? Again, so this is also a type of firewall which is advanced one, right? The traditional packet filters do not examine the higher layer context, right? So here what we can do is that attacker can split the script of attack into the two different paths, two different packets, right? Now when we implement the stateful packet filter, stateful packet filters, right, they examine each IP packet in context. So here the context are the data are the payload which are transmitted through the packet, right? As well as this stateful packet filter which has a keep track of a client server sessions, right? So which will have the complete information about the connection establishment to the connection termination among the two users, right? Unless until it completes all the packet delivery, right? Check each packet validity belongs to one, right? So here it along with those information source as well as destination IP address, so this will have the complete control by checking all other informations, right? Maybe the size of the packet or maybe the content or what type of data which is transmitted over the network or over the packet, right? So by implementing the stateful firewall, right, the packet firewall, right, which will have the uh, connection or which will try to identify the relationship between the packet which are arrived, right? So here itself all the packets will be examined, right? And suppose by combining all the packets, if this identified this all the packets, 3 or 4 packet which consist of malware footprints, all these 4 packets will be discarded here itself. So this is how the stateful packet filter works. Okay. The next type of firewall which we are going to study is that an application level gateway. When we talk about this application level gateway, or another term which we represent this application level gateway is a proxy. All right. So this, which is an application specific gateway or proxy, right? So this will be carried out for to provide a specific access to the particular resources, right? Apart from this, this application level gateway will has full access to the protocol, right? Whatever the protocol which uses for transmission of the packets as well as other information, right? So here the user request services from the proxy, right? Say for example, if you have a server, and so in the server, suppose if I just wanted to display and list a list of students or candidate who are selected for the next round of interview, right? So this is a list of student or who are got placed or who are selected for the next round of interview, right? But my concern is that I just need to display this file, right? So this file which has to be protected, or we should not have any other rights for the students, right? They should not be able to overwrite it. They should not write, right? Only the registered users can see it, right? If this is the web page, say for example, otherwise I could say that I'll complete this analogy first, then I'll explain with the another example, right? So this file which has to be protected, right? The student will have the service or who will try to read the file, right? Only they can read the file. Other than that, they cannot modify it. Other than this file, they are not supposed to allow, or they are not supposed to access any other files which are related to this placement related, or any other files which are present in the particular PC or in the particular drive, right? So this type of specific services, right, which are specific application related services, can be provided with the help of a packet filter, the application level gateway. Similarly, I could say that another example, right? Suppose if I'm uploading the drive or uploading the file in the Google Drive, right? If I wanted to share this file with you all, right, I can have the different rights, right? Whether I can give the edit rights or I can give only the view rights, right? If I give the view rights to whomever I shared this file through the shared options, right? Those users, right? First of all, if I've restricted with that only the registered users, first of all, they need to log in, and then so they can able to view only that whatever the file which is stored. They cannot edit the file or they cannot do the modifications, right? They can download or they can just see the content what is written in the particular file, right? Other than this file, you will not be allowed to see any other file which are stored in my drive. So this is a good example for the application level gateway. Similarly, right, when we implement this firewall, right, if you are using the firewall, right, in order to protect specific services or in order to provide a specific application privileges to the users, right, and this application level gateway or a proxy will be used for restricting the specific application access. I hope this is clear. Any query regarding this application level gateway, quickly you can write in the chat box if you have any queries. Any queries regarding the packet filtering as well as application level gateway? Okay. So if this is clear, then we'll move to the next one. So here this is how the application level which can be launched, right? So here, because so here this can be implemented in the application layer, right? Because so here we are going to focus on the specific application, so which can be placed at the application layer, right? The another important type of firewall which we are going to study is that a circuit level gateway, right? When we talk about the circuit level gateway, right, this circuit level gateway which operates at the transport layer, right? So here this circuit level gateway, right, which implements a circuit level filtering rather than a packet level filtering. So here this is an advanced version of the packet level filtering, where the packet level will examines the packet, right? Here the circuit level filtering, right, the connection will be established, right? I could say that a virtual connection will be established priorly by checking all the information. There are certain parameters. If the parameters are valid, a virtual connection or circuit will be established between the internal network to the external network, and through the circuit the all the packets which are going to be transferred, right? This circuit level gateway, it checks the validity of the connections, right? If the connection is made, in the next slide I have a diagram, I placed a diagram, right, that I will try to explain how the connections are made, right? Here it will check the validity of the connections at the transport layer, right, against the table of allowed connections again. So this is the connection will be established based on the rules which we written on the firewall, right? And then before a session can be opened and data can exchange, right? So if the packet is coming from the registered source, right, and once if the packet is identified, if it is coming from a registered source, now the virtual connection will be established between this registered source to the internal system, right, by checking the certain information what I mentioned, right, whether the session is a valid session or whether the packet is coming from the registered users, then the connection will be established, right? And then the rules defining a valid session, right, for example the destination as well as source address and then port address. So this is similar with the packet filtering firewall, right? But when we talk about the packet filtering firewall, there will be no specific virtual connection among the two devices, right? But the packet will be allowed and that will be examined and that will be allowed to reach the destination. But when we talk about the circuit level gateway, right, initially it will check all these parameters: source address, destination address, and then source port and as well as a destination port, and then at which time the connection is established and what type of protocol used, as well as the user and password, right? Whether the user is the registered users, right, whether he is having the rights to communicate to the particular system, right? If all these parameters are valid, right, after that a session will be created. Session is something that a connection between these two devices in order to transfer a particular information. Maybe the session may be for 10 minutes or 10 milliseconds and depends on, right? So through this diagram, you will get a more idea about how the circuit level firewall which works, right? So here, so you can find here that now here this is what how the connections are made, right? So this is the outsider host and then insider host, right? So here, based on the certain packet filtering as well as based on the fields, now a virtual connection will be established. So here this will be the firewall, right? So here this will creates a link among these two devices. Once if the connection is established, after that there will be no packet filtering, there will be no checking process. Once if the session is established between these outside users as well as the inside host two devices, right, after that the packet will be transferred without any checking. But before making the virtual connection, this circuit level gateway will take all the precautionaries by analyzing all the information, whether the sender is the valid sender or registered sender, and source IP address, destination IP address, right? And if all the informations are correct, and the virtual circuit will be established, and through that all the information or the packet which will be transferred in and out to the network. Any queries regarding this circuit level firewall? If you have any queries, quickly can write in the chat box, or you can unmute and ask the query. So any queries? I hope there are yes, I hope there are no more queries. I can proceed further. Next, we'll understand another important term which is called Bayesian host. When we talk about the Bayesian host, right? So it's a special purpose computer, right? It can be a firewall or maybe any device, right? On a network specifically designed and configured to withstand the attacks, right? So here we are going to have a special computer or special node, right, which is going to act as a Bayesian host. What is the purpose of this device is to prevent from the attacks or withstand the attacks, right? So which can be the computer generally host excuse me, Vivian Tanir, right, generally host a single application, for example a proxy server, right, or maybe it may run on with the any type of server. If this is what the application which has to be run on this machine, right, other than the proxy server. So for example, I was explaining about the proxy or application level gateway. Similarly, now this computer which are created for the specific application, say for example, if this computer which I used is an example for a proxy server, other than this application all other services are removed or limited to reduce the threat to the computer, right? So here this is a proxy server, right? So other than this, what are the file which are going to be accessed or which are going to be shared with the resources, right? So it is better to remove all other services as well as resources to avoid the chances of attacking those resources, right? Now where this Bayesian host can be placed, right? So which is either on the outside of the firewall or maybe inside the demilitarized zone, right? So before the firewall are inside this demilitarized zone, right? When we talk about the demilitarized zone, right, so where will not have much protections, right? So simply you would assume that whether this Bayesian host can be placed maybe outside the firewall or inside the firewall for simple understanding, right? It can be placed, right? Now when we talk about this Bayesian host, right, which has highly secure host system, because right, which are going to be restricted with the specific services, right, along with the existing the firewall configurations, right? Maybe the circuit level, or maybe it can be combined with circuit or the application level gateways, right, again. So which provides externally accessible services, right, as we mentioned. So this can be placed outside the firewall, so that so this is one more layer of security or one more layer of protections through which, right, your firewall or your network can be protected twice, right? So here itself we will reduce the access, right? So here we are going to place only the file which are going to be shared, right? Suppose if other users who wanted to access some other resources which is not present in this system, again they will be forwarded through the firewall only, right? So here this is secured to withstand this. Maybe this is hardened OS as well as which can run with based on the essential services, right? maybe the proxies may be very small or maybe smaller or secure or independent, right? So here, when what is the simple thing you need to understand is that, right, bastion host is a special computer, right? So this computer can be placed internal or maybe before the firewall or after the firewall, right? So here we are going to have the files which are only requested by the users. Other than the file, no other resources will be present here, right? Suppose if anyone wanted to access this file, only he will be able to access these resources. Suppose if attacker is trying to get any other resources, you will not find other than this file. Okay. So by the way, it can be the attacker can be prevented by restricting this proxy with only the specific firewalls, right? There are different types of the bastions or different types of firewalls, right, along with the configurations, right? Host based firewalls, when we talk about the host based firewalls, right? So here, how the individual systems are going to be protected, right? Again, so if you are placing the firewall here, right, so this is going to protect the entire network. Suppose if you wanted to protect your individual laptop or desktop, where we can have your personalized firewalls, right? So here this firewall which are going to be used only to protect this device, right? So it can be a software module used to secure our individual host, right? Again, available in many operating system. If you are using Windows, you can see that Windows Defender, or you can see the firewall, personalized firewall for your OS, right? Windows Defender as well as firewall. Default, all the firewalls are enabled, right? And you can customize these firewalls. Okay. So I hope you understood what is this host based firewall, right? It is very similar to the personal firewall, right? Where you can, this personal firewall, we can call it as the host based firewall. So here we can use this firewall for the specific application which controls the traffic between your PC or workstation and the internet or the enterprise network, right? Because we are going to have this dedicated firewall for this personal computers, right? And whatever the firewall which is connected with your PC, that is going to check all the information which are coming from your internet service providers, or maybe from the cable or digital subscriber line, or maybe in your home network connectivity, all those informations, right, which will be examined or which will be, inspected by the firewall which is attached with the personal computer, right? So again, so this will monitor all the incoming as well as outgoing activity, right? Whether it is, if you are downloading any malwares. Suppose if you have enabled the Windows Defender, right? If you are downloading, see, say for example, if you are trying to download anything from the website, and so you may get that along with your information some other file, or maybe .apk file or malwares can be downloaded, right? If you enabled the Windows Defender, right, it will check the extension of the packet. If it is a virus or malware, and you will get the notices, or you will get that notices that the file which are downloading, which seems to be the malware which will vulnerable to your devices, or you will get the notices that if you are downloading the file and installing, that will cause damages to your system. Still, do you want to download? How many of you noticed this kind of warnings? Sorry, how many of you noticed this kind of warnings? When you're trying to download, you will get the notices that, so this looks like a malware, right? Still, if you wanted to download, yes. So if you are using Google Chrome, right, Chrome itself, which will check all the downloading informations or downloading resources, and if it detects that if it is a malware, automatically it will be discarded, right? But Internet Explorer, that will not that much capable of uh, securing or checking that whether you're downloading the correct file, right? So if it is find that if you are downloading any malwares, automatically Google Chrome will delete the file, that will not be downloaded. So that are the example for your personal firewalls, right? Whatever the application or software or firewall which you are using to protect your personal computers, right? Those are called the personal firewalls. Okay, and the next will be the configurations, right, where we'll use this different firewalls as well as based on host, right, through which we can protect, right? So this is our external network. So here the packet filtering network, right, again information server. Along with that, here we can have the based on host, right? So here this internet, or if suppose the external users, they will not have the direct access to the computers, but rather they will access only with this basin host, right? So here if the user is wanted to access some resources that is not present in the basin host, so here, so this will communicate to this resource, and that information will be fetched and bring it to this basin host. From here the information will be accessed by the external users. First of all, the packet filtering will be done whether the request or the packet is coming from the registered users. Apart from that, to provide a services to the specific application, here we can place the basin host, right? So from here only the external users, he will get the access, he will not directly access to these machines. Okay, so by the way, we can combine both the firewall as well as basin host to provide a security, right? Similarly, the another configurations, right? So when we talk about the virtual private network, so this is very similar to that IP security. So we can, along with the firewall, we can enable the IP security, right, where all the packets, right, which are going to be encrypted, and by applying the IP security, and that will be transferred through the virtual connections or virtual private network, which are established based on the IP security which we studied in the previous session, using encapsulation security payload. Okay, so with this we are coming to the end of the firewall topic. If you have any queries, quickly you can write in the chat box. Next we will be studying about intrusion detection system. I hope all of you have entered your attendance, right? Once if the meeting ends, I'll resume the meeting in 5 minutes, right? You all can quickly join. Any queries regarding this topic, firewalls, which I discussed? Okay, so thank you all. We'll see after 5 minutes.